Good morning. It's Tuesday, November 25th, 2014, and this is Tech Talk Today, episode 97, and my name is Chris.
And I'm Angela.
Hey there, Angela. Did you remember to do your morning selfie?
Yeah.
Oh, good, good. I was not watching. I normally try to incorporate that.
I did it. I did it in the pre-show.
Oh, good thinking.
Yeah.
Good thinking. You know, today I feel a little lost. I feel it's weird. My truck. I don't have my truck. I don't have a car. I don't have a vehicle. I am trapped, literally.
I'm leaving you here.
Trapped at the studio today.
Yep.
But that's okay. It's all right. We got a really big unplug coming up later today. We're going to do Linux Unplugged an hour earlier today. And then after that, we're going to go through and find best of clips. So if you're a Linux Unplugged listener, join us live, 1 p.m. Pacific. Hey, let's get into some crazy, crazy news today. And to do that, well, there's only one thing we can do, and that's assemble our Mumble team. Time-appropriate greetings, Mumble Room.
Hello.
Good evening.
Ahoy.
Good evening. And morning. So you probably by now have seen the headline. Go figure, go figure, go figure. We pre-recorded TechSnap this week because of Thanksgiving, because this would be an OG TechSnap story. It's where TechSnap got its start, was a Sony story. This is unbelievable, quite literally. Hackers have shut down Sony Pictures. Now, that's the movie production arm of Sony, and are blackmailing them. So this started yesterday afternoon. Computers at the company were completely unresponsive, showing a glowing CGI skeleton and a series of URL addresses, and threatening with a message from a hacker group that identified itself as #GOP. Dozens of Sony Twitter accounts were also commandeered to tweet out similar messages. And it goes on to say, I have more on this in a second. So in the message, there's like zip files mentioned that contain images of file names of a number of documents pertaining to financial records of Sony, along with private keys for access to the servers.
Oh my gosh.
The messages demand that the ransom be met yesterday at 11 p.m. I'm not sure if that ever happened. A source within Sony has anonymously confirmed to several different news outlets that the hack and image are legitimate. They said a single server was compromised, and then the attack was spread from there, which would be consistent. In the meantime, the compromise seems to have brought day-to-day work at the studio to a crashing halt. Employees are reportedly unable to send email, use their computers, or even answer phones. As one employee told Deadline newspaper, "We are down completely paralyzed." In the official statement, Sony said, "We're investigating the IT matter."
An IT matter.
Yeah.
It's that. Yeah. Wow.
We're investigating an IT matter. So they have they've photoshopped themselves into these images. Now, it's almost like a movie, and it's crazy that it's happening to a movie studio. A creepy image comes up on all the computer screens.
Yeah.
You know, I bet it even made a sound, flink, like from
Yeah.
a computer movie. But what's really weird about this story is, and it's running everywhere right now, is it all started with a post on Reddit by somebody who's since deleted their account.
Huh. The story?
Yeah. I thought that was weird.
That is weird.
Yeah. They said, I used to work for Sony Pictures. My friend still is there, and he sent me this. It's on every computer nationwide, and it links to an Imager link of that. And look, there's the URLs, too.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, here it gets, the plot thickens, though. The plot thickens.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what happened here, but it also would appear that hackers have gotten access, or attackers, I don't like you calling them hackers, have gotten access to Sony's backup and restore tool on the Google Play Store. This is an app that can back up device settings to the SD card slot of Sony Android phones. It's pre-installed on a lot of Sony phones, so it gets updated, including the new Xperia Z3. But the version on Google Play for several hours yesterday said it was managed by Nairak Patel Kondo, and its reviews were terrible. And the app description also had several typos, so it had gotten swapped out by somebody. So somebody got access to their Play credentials, too, potentially.
Wow. Rotten Corpse has something to say on
Go ahead,
this.
Rotten.
I'm just going to say that it reminds me a lot of the Sony issues with like the PSN and the
Yes.
other different entertainment hacks they had.
Yeah.
And you would think that they would have learned last year, but I guess not.
And if it's really this widespread, if it's all these websites, if it's customer data and employee data, and they're getting access to all of the computers and the Google Play stuff, it makes me think that Sony must have some overarching management system that was compromised. It almost seems unbelievable to me. Does anybody else find this to be almost unbelievable? I guess this would be the biggest helping of bacon ever, but it's of conspiracy bacon.
Yeah.
But images popping up on all the computers, their phones going down.
Yeah. Well, somebody suggested in Intruder Alert said it might be a publicity stunt.
That's what it felt like to me. It was a viral marketing stunt.
Yeah. It's interesting that they chose #GOP.
Yeah, they have. Oh, you know, I did grab their name. They have a. Oh, I wonder if anybody in the chat, somebody in the chat room might know. There's another name for the group that I wrote down, but I guess I didn't put in the final notes. yeah. I mean, it seems legit, and employees at Sony have been confirming it to news outlets.
Huh.
It's weird that it would be a marketing thing because it'd be like, yeah, use Sony because we lose all of your information.
Right,
Yeah,
that would be a
we got
horrible
hacked.
marketing
Yeah,
message.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Especially as you'd think they'd be sensitive to the whole thing with the earlier PlayStation breach. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, I mean, it's good to be skeptical, but this is sounding legit because why would you commit commercial suicide like this? I don't think you would. So we'll keep watching the story. This has got to develop throughout the rest of the week, I would think.
Yeah.
And maybe when we come back with TechSnap next week, we'll have some actual technical analysis of the breach. It's consistent with a typical breach. You compromise a low-hanging fruit server, and then you do privilege escalation. We've talked about that before. And then you, from there, get access to everything. And I would not be surprised. I mean, this is total pie-in-the-sky stuff, but we just on TechSnap talked about a Kerberos flaw implementation on Windows domain controllers that allow you to get complete access to a Windows domain controller. It was a 0-day exploit that Microsoft issued an out-of-band patch. Well, if you go back to the original Sony exploit, that was an Apache flaw that had been updated a long time ago. So Sony doesn't have the best patch management. In fact, the TechSnap saying patch your S got started with Sony because they weren't patching their S.
Wow.
So that's kind of their thing.
I got stuck on your curb roast. It sounds like Thanksgiving to go.
Ooh.
Curb roast.
It's no, it's not. It's not. But that does sound tasty. Okay. All right. And
So it got started as Patch Your Sony.
Yeah, patch your Sony. And, guys, any other thoughts on this before we move on to the next one? Because I got some bad news for Ange. No. Okay. All right, Angela. Bad news. According to the United States Department of Justice, iMessage is going to kill children.
Ah!
Yeah, it's real bad. The U.S. Department of Justice issued a chilling warning to Apple executives as a response to the increased privacy protections added to iOS 8. They say, children might die because we can't hack into the bad guys' iMessages.
Wow.
Yep. Deputy Attorney General James Cole met with Apple executives last month. This is coming from a report on the Wall Street Journal this week to discuss privacy issues. But after making a ridiculous claim that the blood of dead children will be on Apple's hands if it doesn't give the NSA access to iMessage, the talks ended in a standoff when Apple discontinued them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So they got in. So after Apple, so we all heard about them making noise, and James Comey is going around. He's the director of the FBI, head of the FBI. He's going around still talking about this. He's doing speaking tours about this actual topic. And so while this was going on in the public, behind the scenes, they were having private closed-door meetings with Apple execs. And to me, the fascinating story is, like, could you imagine, like, you are like a mid-level Apple exec, maybe it's even Tim Cook, and one of the most important law enforcement officials in the United States of America sitting down to you and saying, Angela, if you put this feature in your software, you're going to kill children.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It takes some balls to cut it off, too. Are they going to go around to Snapchat now that Snapchat added encryption? Are they going to go around to all these different... Rotten, do you have a favorite secure chat program?
TechSecure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Anybody else in here have another program they like? There's
Talks.
What was it? Talks? Yeah, Talks. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Use that occasionally.
there's a...
Actually, the cool thing about TechSecure is that it connects with like Facebook and stuff too.
Oh. Trying to figure out, there's one you can integrate now with Pigeon as well, and I can't remember if that was Talks or if it was a different one. There's Silent Circle, which I haven't heard as many good things about. CryptoCat's pretty much just nobody's talking about CryptoCat anymore. It was like the hotness for a while.
There was an issue with CryptoCat, but they've actually fixed it since then, so I'm not sure what the developments to it is.
Yeah. And so just for those of you who are not familiar with the way the iMessage system works, it's actually not all that amazing. It's good. It could be better, though. So here's the good. It's client-side encryption, i.e. if I have an iPhone and Angela has an iPhone and I send her an iMessage for the first time, when that happens, both devices encrypt on their ends. We do the encryption, phone to phone, not the Apple servers, phone-to-phone encryption. That's awesome, right? The downside to that is Apple has the ability to add a key to that key ring at any point. Now, I believe that the research showed that if they did that, you would actually see that somebody had read your messages. But they do have Apple does in theory. Now, Apple says from a server side, they don't have a point in their stack where they could do that. We don't have a point where we can just poke in and grab. But you have to trust them. Who knows, right? But technically, the encryption is set up such that you can add a key and there's no error generated. There's no, it doesn't bomb out. It just continues and that key is now involved in the conversation. So it's not a great system, but that would require that Apple do that from the server side. So if they're going to do that, then they probably have lot of legal pressure on them to do it. So it's, as far as consumer-grade private messaging goes that just comes with your phone, I think it's probably one of the better ones, but it's not perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, speaking of not perfect, it's time, Ange. You know what? We still need a jingle.
Yeah, it's in my inbox. I just haven't gotten around to it.
It's time for our Kickstarter of the week. In fact, we might have two because it's the Thanksgiving week, so the news is slow, so we might do them tomorrow, too.
No kidding.
Especially since I'm not so sure if we're going to fund this. All right. Are you ready for this one?
Okay.
Our Kickstarter of the week
I've
this week.
I've intentionally not read the show notes.
It's called The Sixth Finger.
Oh, wow.
The Sixth Finger.
Okay.
Keep games active without a human touch.
What?
Are you ready? Are you ready for this? The Sixth Finger. It's a Kickstarter staff pick. 199 backers. They have raised $4,651 of an $8,000 goal with 30 days left to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you our Kickstarter of the Week video. I think it's just kind of
slow,
not doing anything. I don't know.
Hi, my name is Wayne.
Hi, Wayne.
My name is Danny.
I'm an electrical engineer.
I'm a multimedia producer.
Outside of work hours, we choose to spend our time on mobile games.
Many hours on mobile games.
Hey-o. So he's using a tablet like an animal, and now a phone like an animal.
The problem, though, is that combat strategy games are very addictive. We find that we're stuck to our devices all the time.
He's neglecting the house cleaning.
Sacrificing attention to our friends, family, and work, and even time for ourselves. This is all to avoid losing the progress made from hours of hard work.
He's being pulled back to the game. But nobody likes him because he's always playing the game.
We sort of think, could there be a way to touch the screen without a human finger?
Of course.
Avoid a nap, turn it off when you just want to step away for just a bit.
So now they're on the computer, they're designing something.
That is why we started our six-finger project. Through many stages of engineering and testing, our team strived to perfect the interaction with capacitive touchscreen and making it compatible with most popular devices on the market. Now, we have the helping electric finger.
Call the Sixth Finger.
Oh my god.
The sixth finger serves the purpose to mimic the tapping and turning motion of human fingers for interaction with mobile application devices on a capacitive touchscrn.
So you could use it to autoplay.
A specially designed pattern with precise engineered components. The Sixth Finger does not rely on any battery or power outlet.
The sixth finger is made entirely of high-grade aluminum, and it is designed and assembled right here in San Francisco, California.
We've been working on the Sixth Finger for almost a year now.
We have the working prototype, been through the testing stages, and patent pending. We know gamers like us can definitely use it. Please let us know if you can think of other ways to utilize the sixth finger. Manufacturers standing by. We need your help to kickstart this project so we can produce the initial batch. The early birds will receive the sixth finger within 30 days.
Okay, all right. So, what do you think of this? What do you think of this, Ange?
Well,
you go.
So it says that it doesn't use the battery's phone or the phone's battery. I mean, but why is there a cable on it?
That is going to the headphone port, and I'm thinking like you're playing a game. Maybe the music goes into that, and that's what generates the vibration or whatever to keep it awake.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right? Oh, now look, he's vacuuming. Oh, good guy. Now he's vacuuming because he's got the sixth finger, and she's happy.
No.
All right. But, okay, before you get all cray on me, here's your pricing. $12.
No.
Okay, $18.
I don't mobile. I don't play. I don't need that.
All right, anybody in the mumble room like this? Really?
No.
Really?
Like it? No, but at least it's not a ridiculously priced. I mean, it's just more like a frivolous novelty. And that's fine.
Come on, the name's great, right? The sixth finger? Come on, that's clever. Now, what about...
It would be clever, but I can't find it on the Googles.
The sixth with the number 6, TH finger. I'll have a link in the show notes. And what about, like, remember when we used to play Wii Rule? Remember Wii Rule?
Yeah.
On the iPad?
Yeah, that's what that original game looked like.
So, like, you know, like maybe you want to get up and do something with the kids for seconds. You put that sixth finger on that thing. It keeps...
No, that's not a game that has to stay awake.
Yeah, I don't know. I see. What I don't get about this is why wouldn't you just set your thing not to go to auto sleep?
Right.
Just set it to stay awake.
Yeah.
That seems like that solves the problem.
I guess maybe because burning that agitates the screen enough that you wouldn't get burned.
I mean, Yeah, no, see, and I look at this too, and I think the problem is you need something like this when you're on the go. It needs to not need that headphone jack. It needs to almost be like Bluetooth or something, so that way you could just keep it in your pocket. Because you're not going to want to take that and the cords. It's only going to work at your desk. But if it's your desk, what good is that?
Right.
Right?
Bluetooth would, drain the battery.
Yeah, that's true. So nobody wants to back it.
Does it require the cord to just use the function at all? But it seems like you could do it without the cord as long as it doesn't require vibrations and stuff.
Maybe. The chat room and I kind of agree. Emmanuel, I think it was said it, or somebody in there said this is definitely for cheating. I think you could use this to cheat on the grinding games. Like you could put it over like a little house, maybe that's generating money, and just leave it there to keep tapping it a little bit to generate coins or whatever.
Right.
So it seems like a cheater's device. So if you're a cheater, you should probably go get this. I kind of like the idea. It's only halfway to its goal. It's kind of neat. And if you're a big tablet user, or if you have like a tablet that's up for on display or something like that, there could be uses for this. I think there's outside the boxes uses than what they demoed there. I think they should have made a better demo.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Thumbs down?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Wow. All right.
This is like the epitome of the solution for a first world problem.
I feel like I should throw in like a bonus Kickstarter since nobody likes this one. Do you want to hear a bonus one?
No.
Do you want me to save it for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I guess we'll just have a really short show. So go over to techtalktoday.reddit.com and help us find some news for this week, because it is a slow news week. Oh, my gosh. But that's okay. Except for Sony. Sony's keeping us busy. That's kind of nice. techtalktoday.reddit.com. That's where you can go to submit a story, leave some comments. We usually have feedback threads. I try to put one up for every single episode. You can go over there and let us know what you thought, or if you backed it, let us know if you backed it and why, and you can find a link in the show notes. Also, don't forget the Patreon, patreon.com/today. Go invest in the Jupiter Broadcasting Network. We got a lot of good stuff coming up, and you can help us accomplish it. Patreon.com/today. 412 of you are doing so. If you've gotten some value from the Jupiter Broadcasting Network, please consider contributing some value back to us. It helps us keep it weird. Also,
keep it weird.
Jupiter.gift.
Yep.
Go get that polo. Look at that polo. 53 of 100 sold, 7 days remaining. It's getting closer.
Yep.
It's going to be a tragedy if that doesn't make its goal, though.
Oh, it will.
You think so?
Yeah, I haven't placed my order yet.
Dat polo, and then also
the last jacket. It relaunched for the 4th time.
It's awesome.
It's crazy.
It's awesome. Jupiter.gift to grab those goodies for the holidays. So we're doing an old retro tech commercial special today. And the one I picked today is, yesterday we had that awesome radio that was like designed to drop for some reason. Like people needed a radio they could drop. Today, this is all about radio receivers. And the thing I really enjoy about this commercial is it's an older style of commercial before commercials were produced outside the show. Much like how it's done in podcasting now, where we just roll the ad and the host reads it. That's how they started doing commercials on TV. They didn't have separate commercials. They just went to the other hosts and they talked about the product. So you'll notice that this is a talk show, and then they transition into the commercial. It's really kind of fascinating to see how they used to do it, and it's for a 1950s vintage piece of gear. All right, join us tomorrow. It is the last Tech Talk Today of the week, because Thanksgiving in the U.S. on Thursday. So jblive.tv, 9 a.m., noon Eastern. And then starting next week with episode, I believe it's going to be 100. We're starting on Tuesday, going through Friday. All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. See you back here tomorrow.
But right now, let's catch our breath while we listen to a gift idea by Bill Shipley.
Here's a wonderful Christmas gift for the person who has everything. It's the Skylark, Sylvania's new personal portable radio, and it comes with this stylish top-grain leather carrying case. Mighty good to look at. It's even better to hear. And you can hear it instantly at the turn of this switch. Yes, it's tiny, yet it brings you the brilliant tone and powerful performance of big 6-tube radios. And when you listen to the Skylark in a strong signal area, you can greatly prolong battery life by moving this exclusive battery miser switch to this safe position. The large non-slip tuning dial is easy to read and assures you of precision tuning. It's easy to carry the Skylark, either in this attractive case with its adjustable shoulder strap, or by this convenient lift-up handle, for it weighs less than 4 pounds with batteries. See the Skylark at your Sylvania dealer soon. Its sturdy plastic case comes in 4 handsome house and garden colors: leaf green, taffy, cherry, and driftwood. It makes a grand Christmas gift, and so do the other Sylvania radios, the Catalina Portable, the radio clocks, including the Nightlighter with panelescent dial, and the powerful table radios. All are handsome to look at and wonderful to hear.